Hello, everyone, and welcome to 3 o'clock with SOC. Give me just a second so I can welcome those who want to access the program in Spanish to our conference call with Spanish interpretation. Buenas tardes, muchísimas gracias por estar aquí en 3 p.m. con SOC. Como siempre, ustedes pueden escuchar el programa en español a través de una llamada de conferencia. Y el número aparece aquí en la pantalla y es 646-749-3122 y el código para entrar es 779-328-221. Y ahora les voy a dejar con nuestra querida Marlene, quien va a ser nuestra moderadora de hoy. Thank you for letting me do that. I'm going to leave you in the hands of our beloved Marlene, who is going to be the moderator for today.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to 3 o'clock with SOC. My name is Marlene Zaran, and I'm the Public Health Coordinator here at the Southside Organizing Center. I just want to let everyone know that there is in the comment section, there is the interpretation information for the interpretation line to have access to that. And then also we have these recordings recorded in English and Spanish for you guys on both our YouTube and Facebook pages to have access to at all times. That being said, I am going to let you guys know who our guest is for today. So today we have Eloisa Balderas, who's going to be talking about home ownership processes. And she's going to be she is from the Housing Resource Incorporation, and she's going to be talking about bilingual home ownership today. So she's a bilingual home ownership specialist. So she's going to talk about how the whole home ownership process works. So give me a second while I share my screen.
Well, good morning, everybody. My name is Eloisa Balderas, and I work for Housing Resources. I've been with HRI. This is going to be, I think, my 23rd year. So I've been with HRI for a while. I only know the nonprofit field. When I graduated from high school and went into nonprofits right away. So that's the only area that I've always worked in. So I worked on, in Milwaukee, the city is south side, north side, so I'm familiar with a lot of different other nonprofits and whatever. So what Housing Resources do, what we do, we're an education and counseling agency that works, as our mission statement is, that we prepare people for successful home ownership. Okay. I work on the pre-purchase side. So I work with like first-time buyers, so getting them ready to buy a house. So we do the, if you can go to the next slide, we do again, we're in education and we do education and advocacy. We have we do virtual seminars. We have online education. We do one-on-one counseling. And we also help with down payment assistance. Some of the grants that are available can be accessed through us, the agency, or they can be accessed through the city, or access through the lender. So we work with the people to get them ready, understanding the process of buying a house, get them ready. So they're able to go to any lender and get a loan. So we do pre-purchase, post-purchase, and foreclosure prevention. So we do the counseling for not only just first-time buyers, but existing homeowners and foreclosure prevention. We also have reverse mortgage counseling. We do home maintenance classes. We have a tool loan center that's on 25th and Capitol for new homeowners or existing homeowners that for a membership fee have access to the tools and stuff that we have, like ladders and wheelbarrows, lawnmowers, drain, all different kinds of bigger equipment, and also smaller tools that people can use Some there's a rental fee, but most are free, and it's a membership based. So that tools, the Tool Loan Center, again, like I said, is on 25th and Capitol. We do, again, as I mentioned, we do the seminars. We have the virtual classes. We do 4 to 5 seminars monthly. Every other month we do 5, because then we do Spanish seminars also. So we do English and Spanish seminars that explains the process of buying a house, where we bring in our partners, our lending partners, our real estate partners, insurance partners, and inspectors. So they all participate in our classes, so that people can learn the process from the beginning until the end. And then after they attend the class, then they can then set up the appointment for the one-on-one. We also have our online classes. So for some people that are not able to do the virtual classes, there is the home buying education online. After they do either the online education or the virtual seminars, then they set up an appointment for the one-on-one. So that's where they meet with the counselor, and we review all their specifics, their credit, their income, their savings, budgeting. So that is what's done in the one-on-one. And then once we get ready to get pre-approved, then we put their file and everything together, send it to the lender for pre-approval. Once they have a house that they have an accepted offer, then at that time, then we look at what grants are available. As I mentioned earlier, some grants are able to be can be accessed through us, the agency. For example, the new city grant program that they just started like in mid-June, that $5,000 or $7,000. If they buy in a CDBG area, it's $7,000. If they buy in the city of Milwaukee, it's $5,000. We help them access those grants. And then again, when us as HRI, we also have and we'll be having funds for what we call it Hickory, which is a housing cost reduction initiative, which is a grant that we get from the state of Wisconsin, and that's a grant that they can access through us, through Housing Resource. So we help them apply.
Can they use the city's Milwaukee Home and the Hickory funds?
It depends, because for the city grant, they have to be living in the city and buying in the city. So they can't
qualify. If they qualify for home?
If they qualify they could possibly use both. The only thing is that with the Hickory grant, there is a down payment cap. So for Hickory, you cannot be putting down more than 10% down payment. Okay. So you could possibly use Hickory and the city grant depending on what the requirement for the down payment is.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Yeah, some grants you can layer, and again, us as counselors, we look at those situations on whether they meet the requirements, because again, you could be meeting the requirement of the city grant, but then not meeting the requiring for the Hickory. And then there's also other grants. There's like grants that come from the lender, which is down payment plus. Those come from the lender that are part of the Federal Home Loan Bank out of Chicago. Okay, so there's different grants that are available, and us as counselors, we try and work with them. Okay, so if we have several offices, so if you want to, we have an office in Racine, we have an office in Waukesha, we have the Tool Loan Center, we have our main office that's on Burleigh. I am at the Southside office. We have different, locations and stuff for and counselors at different cities in that. So we try and be available and accessible to, to people that want to buy wherever they're going to buy. If they're going to buy in Waukesha, Racine, Racine covers Racine and Kenosha, Waukesha. And then we also are just started doing some seminars in Madison, the Dane County, for Dane County. But our main office, again, like I said, is at 78th and Burleigh. We have the office in Waukesha. We have the office in Racine, the Southside office, and the Tool Loan Center. Okay, getting into the credit, savings, and budgeting. Again, so what we talk about, it says, what determines a FICO score and the importance of savings and budgeting. After the people go to the seminars that they meet with the counselor, then what we're going to do then is pull the credit report, okay? And review the credit report with them and also the score so that they understand the impact of credit. How they pay their bills or not, how they save or not. So we talk about credit, we talk about savings, and we talk about a budget. We go through that whole process with them, and based on their credit, their income, their savings, and then we look at the budget to see what they're able to do. If there's issues on the credit side, then we will develop an action plan. That action plan identifies what are the barriers, or are there barriers? If they need savings, if they need to increase their score, if they need to take care of collections, that action plan identifies what they need to do. Okay, once all of that is done, and we're working with the client, we're meeting with them by phone. Right now, we're not doing any face-to-face, but we're meeting with them. Emails, so we're trying to help them stay on track and following that action plan. Once they've accomplished whatever it is that was developed on the action plan, then at that point, then they're ready for pre-approval. So then we will then gather all their documentation and prepare their file to be submitted for pre-approval. We talk about in the seminar and also in our one-on-ones, we talk with them and we talk about different loans, conventional loans, FHA loans, VA loans, and ARMs, adjustable rate mortgages, so that they understand how those loans work. And then they decide, okay, we give them information, we have information sheets from most of the lenders so we are familiar with what credit scores they're looking for. We're familiar with their type, what either conventional loans or their FHA, because we know what the client's scores are, we know what they're looking for. So we give them information sheets on at least a couple of different lenders. In most cases, I saw that somebody had a question regarding, what is a good score, okay? And a good score for most lenders, okay? Now, there's some lenders that are okay with a 620 credit score, all right? But a lot of lenders are changing, Most lenders that we're dealing right now, they're looking at credit scores of at least 620 or 640. A 640 credit score, most lenders are going by. But again, that depends on if you're looking at a conventional loan or you're looking at an FHA loan. An FHA loan tends to be a little bit more flexible. So an average score for most people, I would say at a minimum, 620. Okay, are there particular lenders who have been more supportive of working with you than others? Yes, most lenders, most of your traditional lenders are our lending partners, okay? What we're starting to see more of now is more mortgage companies, that we really, we work with all lenders, but some mortgage companies are fairly new. So we're starting to get, more familiar with them. And then, but yes, most of the lenders are our partners. A lot of lenders have created first-time buyer products because, so they've developed their own guidelines, so, and we try to have up-to-date information. So we have meetings, that where we bring in our lending partners so that we get up-to-date information on what if they're making any changes, what's going on, whether they still have grants. So we're up to date in most information. But yeah, most of the lenders are our partners and are very supportive of the things that we do in most cases. From beginning to end, how long is the process? What is the loan amount for a 620 credit score? From beginning to end, it depends, because some people, because we work with everybody, some people have, unfortunately have credit issues and have low income. So we sometimes work with them. It might take them longer. On an average, if you have a person that has a 620 credit score and has savings for their down payment, you could be looking at maybe, 90 days, maybe 6 months. So it depends. A 620 credit score is not really, your score is not going to really determine your buying power. It is going to be your credit score, is going to be your income and your down payment. Okay, that's your buying power, because when you're looking, you could have a 620 credit score, but you're in a fixed income. Maybe you're only getting $1,000. Well, that $1,000 might not, in today's market, might not get you a $120,000 loan. So your affordability is going to depend on your income, your debt, okay, and your down payment. Okay, so so that's why when we work with the client, we look at what is their income, what is their debt, what's their savings. If in some cases we might need them to lower or eliminate the debt because to allow them to be able to increase their affordability. So it depends on the whole picture for that client to be able
Eloisa,
to.
I did want to give you just a heads up that we've got about maybe 5 minutes.
Okay, all right.
Thank you for taking all the questions too.
No problem. And that's what I meant to say was to ask questions. But anyway, so what we look at then after when we meet with the person and stuff, then we, again, as I mentioned, we look at what grants are available, because grants are not guaranteed. Some grants, as I mentioned before, come from a third party, or they come from us. In some cases, the lenders have their own grant programs that might be more connected to the property that you buy. So if you buy in a lower moderate census tract, you might still qualify for some grant assistance through the lender that might not be necessarily income driven. Okay, most of the grants are income driven. Okay, so they are first come, first serve. They are for down payment and closing costs. In most cases, the client has to have a minimum requirement. In most cases, it's at least $1,000 of their own money. So for there, as I mentioned before, there's Hickory, there's Down Payment Plus, and the Milwaukee Home DPP, which is the city grant. So we help them access grants, but because grants are not guaranteed, that's why we always tell people, you need to be prepared to buy your home with or without any assistance. Okay, because you don't know whether you're going to get a grant, and you can't include the grant that you might get in the purchase price, because you need to be able to afford that house. So that's why we work with the client to get them, ready to that point. Working with HRI when shopping. No, when you're working with with housing resources, and it's in the credit, when we pull your credit report, it's a soft touch, because we're not looking at your credit to give you credit. So it doesn't impact your score. And it doesn't, it won't affect the inquiry, and it's not going to impact your score. Student loan debt. Okay. Well, on the student loan debt, that's a crucial one, because lenders are not excluding student loans anymore. So what they're doing is that in some cases, some lenders take 0.5% of your total debt as a payment. Some take 1%. Some lenders are going to 2%. So if the client is able to get a payment letter that shows a payment, then in some cases the lenders will accept that payment letter. Okay, and even if it says 0 payment, so it's up to the lender. But student loans are not excluded, anymore. And even though right now there's no payment required, lenders are going to total the student loan debt and take 0.5%, 1%, or 2% as a payment. Okay. Again, okay. It's not going to hinder your ability to buy a house. It's going to hinder how much of a house you could buy. That's where the debt comes in. That's why, having credit cards and loans and, or several credit cards. I mean, it's okay. There's nothing wrong with credit. The issue is how we use it. So at some point, and again, when we're doing the counseling, we're looking at, if you have a car payment and you're going to have a student loan and you're going to have a house payment, can your income handle all of that debt? Because even though you're not paying the student loan right now, at some point you're going to have the possibility of having a student loan payment is going to be there. That's why lenders are, factoring it in. So it can hinder you in how much of a house you could buy. Okay. Steps after you, again, the steps that we recommend for people is, again, the class, the education. Okay. Because then once you do the education, you're going to meet with the counselor, and then we're going to work with you so that you can get pre-approved. When you get pre-approved, we're going to give you a resource page that's going to include realtors, inspectors, insurance agents, so that when you need those partners, they're there to help you. The realtor is going to, help you with your, get your accepted offer, help you find your home. Once you have an accepted offer, then you're going to go back to your lender and complete the loan application. You're going to we always recommended you do a home inspection, get an appraisal, you're going to get loan commitment. You're going to insure your house, and you close. Obviously we want you to change the locks, and you celebrate. These are the steps from beginning to end. Okay. And I think that's my time.
All right. So that was really good information. I'm now going to share a video about vaccination clinics near you. Hi, everyone. My name is Marlene Zaran. I'm the Public Health Coordinator here at the Southside Organizing Center. Give me a second while I share my screen so I can show you guys how and what locations you can go to for COVID-19 testing and COVID-19 vaccinations. So everyone that is 12 years and older is eligible for the COVID-19 vaccine. All 12 to 17-year-olds must have a parent or guardian consent with them when they do go get their vaccine. So a parent should be in attendance when an individual is getting a vaccine, 12 to 17-year-olds. Vaccines are provided for free of charge. Insurance information will not be collected, and thousands of vaccines are available daily. You can get in-home vaccinations now available when you call 414-286-6800 to schedule. So they will come to your home and schedule you an in-home vaccination. There are currently weekly walk-in clinics, so there's no appointment needed. A second dose appointments will be scheduled on the site after you receive your first dose. Please remember to bring your CDC vaccination card to your second dose appointment. Mask wearing and social distancing policies apply when you do go get vaccinated. And please remember your mask and maintain 6 feet apart whenever possible. Locations that you can go to right now include the Milwaukee Health Department's community clinics, which is the Northwest Health Clinic and the Southside Health Center. Both are open Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., and Tuesday and Thursday, 12 to 6 p.m. The first one, the Northwest Health Center, is located at 6431 North 76th Street, and the Southside Health Center is located at 1639 South 23rd Street. You can just walk in and get your vaccination that way. You can also go to the Milwaukee Health Department's library clinic, which is at Washington Park Library, located at 2121 North Sherman Boulevard. They are open Wednesday and Friday, 12 to 4 p.m. There's also mobile vaccination clinics. So the schedule for that is here. They are open June 18th all the way to June 25th. You can find all of these different locations for you through this website when you go to city.milwaukee.gov/COVIDVax. And then if you need help finding a vaccine near you, COVID vaccines near you, you can call 1-800-232-0233, and the CDC can help you locate the closest vaccination site to your home or zip code. That being said, this website is also available in both English, Spanish, and Hmong for your convenience. Other than that, I leave you with the advice to go out and get your COVID-19 vaccine and get fully vaccinated so your life can be a little bit easier and you can feel a little bit more safer when you're around groups of individuals. Other than that, if you have any questions, you can email Marlene at socmilwaukee.org, and I can answer all of your public health, COVID-19 vaccination questions that you may have. Other than that, I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Thank you.
All right, so now I'm going to quickly let you guys know that next week we have we are not going to be doing the SOC Live Forum anymore. So next week, well, we will, but it's going to move to 1 day a week. And we're going to be sharing all of our programs and all of the upcoming events that we're going to be having next week on our live forum. But other than that, I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. And I will see you all soon.
Has this live forum been informative and useful to you? What part of the forum could be improved or changed to make it better? Please take a quick survey that's located in the comments section so that we can keep 3 o'clock with SOC going for residents. Thank you for tuning in.